Hey, it's Adrian. Just before we get you to this episode, do me a favor and head over to pageantlaunch.com. We are starting the world's first dedicated pageant review site to make the pageant industry safe, transparent, and fair. Three things that I know it is most of the time, but it's not like that all of the time. So head over to pageantlaunch.com, enter your email address, it's completely free, and let's get you to this episode.
Hey everyone, it's Adrian from the Pageant Project, and we've got a little bit of an echo situation going on. So I'm going to try and sort that out whilst I get the girls to update you with how everything's going. Our special guest for today is Vitoria Silva over from Portugal. Vitoria, how are you going?
Hi, I'm great, and you?
I'm doing well, apart from this bloody echo, which I'm going to try and sort out. So whilst I try and do that, it's been a busy week. We've got the US election coming up tomorrow. The fate of the free world hangs at the balance. We've had Halloween. UK is going back into a lockdown on Thursday for a month. So it's kind of I don't know if it's a great time. I think a lot will reveal itself in between now and the end of the year. God forbid. I hope we make it to the end of the year. I'm over 2020. I want to skip to 2021. But I'll start with Danny. I say Danielle, but it's got Danny there. So
yeah,
Danny,
I was in a rush, so I just quickly typed in Danny really quickly. So that's my new name now.
At least you know how to spell your own name. It's good.
This is true.
Danny, why don't you update us with what your week's been like?
Past week, I've actually got a lot more motivated. I had a feeling we were going to go back into lockdown again because numbers have been creeping up. So I decided to get myself into a positive mental frame of mind. And so I've just really been focusing on Galaxy because I thought back to the last lockdown, you know, we just survived. Now we're going to go back into a lockdown again. And I don't just want to survive. I want to thrive this time around. I want to come out the other side of another lockdown, having accomplished a lot of things. I'm not letting this year go to waste, I've decided. And the last 2 months, I'm just going to make it count. I'm back on my magic. I took another little lull there. I'm doing the magic morning where I'm getting up at 5 a.m. in the mornings. This morning was the first day and it was pretty hard. But other than that, I'm just really, really determined. I know I'm going to be a morning person. My dad came downstairs this morning at about 7:30. He's like,
why are you up?
He looked, it was like,
what's wrong?
It was like he's seen a ghost. He was like, what are you doing up? And I was just like, I got up at 5 o'clock, and he almost tripped over. And I was like, I'm going to try and become a morning person. And he choked on his tea. So
that's just the reaction you want, isn't it? It's like, I'm setting this goal for myself, and like, oh, sorry.
Right. I was like, oh, thanks for the vote of confidence there, Dad, but I'm trying. So
You've got it. Guys, just a clue, because I've got still got a bit of an echo. Can everyone, if possible, turn their volume down to as low as possible while still being able to hear everyone? Because I think what's happening is someone's headphones are probably quite loud and they're going back into their own microphone. So we're getting a bit of a loop. So just try and turn the volume down. Actually, that's fixed it. It's gone now. Okay. Oh, yeah, it's gone. Oh, God, I fixed it. Oh, my life. Elizabeth has said, evening, everyone. Elizabeth, thank you for tuning in every week.
Hi,
I do notice it, and I certainly appreciate it. There's a lot of other things you could be doing with your time. Freya, also, if you're on, can you give us a shout? Because we're going to talk about Freya's positivity thing.
Should I tag Freya in it?
No, I messaged Freya, and she goes, oh my God. I said, we'll be chatting about your campaign. And Freya goes, oh, God, that's loud.
Sorry.
I told Freya we'll be talking about her positivity campaign. And she goes, oh, were you? I'll catch up on it. I was like, no, we're live in 15. Apparently, ever since, oh yeah, there she is. Apparently, ever since time has gone back, she's just been out of it. So, Freya, we'll get onto your campaign in a sec, and we'll have to have you back on soon. But that's Danny. Danny, also, you started or you were back at the, I'm I'm trying to mime trees. The conservation thing.
Yes. So that was yesterday. I am feeling the pain today. My body's in bits. It's not done that much exercise in a while. And the task that we had yesterday was removing a ton of trees. And people don't like it when you take down trees. So we had to explain what we were doing. What we were doing is we were opening up the floor. It's called a seed bank. And what we want to do is encourage more diverse growth, basically. And because of the type of trees that are growing there, nothing's growing on the ground because there's no sunlight. So we're having to remove some of these trees to make a more diverse, to encourage the seed bank to produce more. So the trees that we were taking down, I think they were willow trees, but not like the nice. When everyone thinks of the willow tree, they think of the nice, hanging, beautiful ones. Then
really big ones.
It's a different type of willow, and it grows like wildfire, and it grows like crazy, and it gives no other chance for another species of tree to grow in that area. So we have to remove quite a bit of that. We don't remove all of it, but we remove the rangers come through and they give us the tasks and they spray each tree that they want for us to remove. And we had a big boy to remove yesterday. It took 4 of us, so 3 grown men and myself, to take down this huge tree. We should have really had a chainsaw, but we don't have that. We have axes and big saws, hand saws. So that's why I'm aching from taking an axe to a tree. And it was so funny because the guys were working on it for a good hour and a half, right? This is a big tree. And a good hour and a half, I come over. I'm like, do you need a hand, boys? Do you need a hand? Do you need a woman's touch? And then I just swung the axe at it a few times and gave it a push, timed with the wind, and then it went. And everyone cheered. We had an audience at this point because we've been working on it so long.
You went mental with an axe.
Basically, yeah, a big one.
Nothing can go wrong there. I figured you weren't. I mean, it was Halloween, so I don't know. Maybe you were running after people with an axe. On that note, Chloe, is Scream still behind you?
No, he's gone now. You can still see the bit of tape where he was hanging off, but the wind has been quite bad here this week.
He's blown away. Okay. All right. Well, Danielle's had an eventful week. Also wearing her Chicago T-shirt for Galaxy next year. When is Galaxy International next year? July?
August.
I remember it's like
first week of August.
It'd be just after my birthday.
Mm-hmm.
A good way to celebrate my birthday.
With pizza.
If Corona goes away,
when?
Please come up with some sort of vaccine. When? I don't know. I'm not going to talk about politics, but if the US election goes a certain way, I feel like I will have hope for the first time in a long time, and I feel the world will right itself. If it doesn't go that way, I'm moving to Mars, and I'm just going to run a pageant in Mars, and I'm going to live by myself because I've had enough. I can't deal with some of the craziness has just been like, oh God, I can't deal with certain people anymore. But we'll keep it positive. Keep it positive. Chloe, apart from being scared by Scream last week, how has your week been since we last talked?
So my week has been amazing. Last week during the podcast, I spoke how we had our first group Zoom call as the Miss Universe Ireland girls. Mm-hmm. And then on Tuesday night, we had our first games night with the Pageant Project, and that was in aid of our frontline workers. And I played in that games night. We had a fantastic evening. And on the Wednesday, we had a games night in aid of a mental health charity. And then on Thursday night, I had a dance class with one of our Miss Universe Ireland contestants, Laura. She is actually a dancer on Dancing with the Stars Ireland, so that was so much fun. And then on Friday, I had an interview with a girl called Lexi. She was super sweet. On Saturday, we had our Halloween project with Miss Universe Ireland, where we sent in our little Halloween videos. And Halloween's my favorite holiday of the year, so I just enjoyed that day in general. And yesterday was more of a relaxed day, but I had a lovely week. And yeah, I'm excited for this week ahead.
You reminded me actually of the games night. I completely forgot I did that. I think that's why I'm so tired.
You were
Those
there.
games.
Yeah, you were
I know
there.
it's been one of those weeks, but those games nights for some reason really take it out of me. Just in case you guys can see it, I'll see if I can play this for you. I'll show you one of the highlights, which I
do
have on my Instagram.
Oh, is that Nadia's one?
Yeah, so this is Nadia having a bit of a whole moment. Cargo
Pockets. Okay.
legs,
Your favorite.
legs. Am I misunderstanding what cargo pants are? Why are there legs in the pockets?
Legs. That's actually
Whose legs?
That's a good one, but is it
You cut off someone's legs, and Nadia, we need to.
In the pocket.
Nadia, you were doing so well, Nadia, up until that answer. Legs. Whose legs?
I forgot about the pocket word.
So yeah, we had a good time.
I love
Nadia's
that.
a lovely girl.
Filling her pockets with some legs.
Yeah, it was Halloween. I never know. One of you could be an axe murderer like Danny, and be chopping other people's parts off and putting it in your pockets because you don't want to carry it in your hands. I don't judge. I don't judge. Live and let live, I say. But on that note, Miss Universe Island People's Choice voting is open. So I don't know what the link is exactly off the top of my head, but you can go to the Miss Universe Island Instagram or Facebook, and I'm sure you can find the link there. So that's that. And aside from that, Chloe, is that it? I can't remember. That's been your week, right?
Yeah, that's been my week. It's been amazing.
Okay.
Positive
right,
vibes.
Positive vibes. Last but not least, our guest, Vitoria. What's been happening since I last had you on, which was, when was our interview? It feels like my memory is going. I feel like it was like
of August, I guess.
You can remember the actual date?
Yeah, I think it was the number 114. I guess. I'm not
114th
sure.
interview.
Was it?
Yeah.
I need to look this up. Your memory, geez, is a lot better than mine. So what's been happening? What's been happening since our interview? That's been a while.
Yeah, a lot of things happened. My birthday, for example, it was on 2nd of September. It was summer, so everything was fine. But then school started, and here in Portugal, the cases increased a lot. So yeah, but I was just preparing for Galaxy and focusing on school, but then we had a little problems with Portugal Galaxy finals, if I can tell. So it was supposed to be on November 28th, and then Jenny and all the organization had to postpone it because of the situation here in Europe. And that's it. Jenny told me that she didn't want to put the girls in risk, the guests, because imagine it was on final of November. Imagine just spend your holidays on hospitals, on tests. It was just really stressful and really sad to do in that season. So yeah,
but you girls will get your time on stage. I just want to say to all of the girls at Galaxy Portugal, your time will come. Your time will come, and it's going to be worth the wait. It was going to be more than worth the wait, and it gives you more time to prepare. You're just going to get better and better and better. The more time you have, really.
Unfair, it's just unfair. I'm so sick of COVID, but it's like
you and everyone else in the world, Vitoria. Like everyone is sick of it.
It's the second time we postponed our finals, and the first time they were like 40 days left to finals, and like we were 26 days to the finals. It's just annoying because it was like less than a month the finals,
Yeah.
and COVID just ruined everything.
Yeah, it's what I'm going to do here. I'll just show you this to give you an idea from the poor director's points of view as well, because having to make this decision is
That
not
second
easy.
spike.
You can see these are the cases in Portugal at the moment. But that
Yeah.
spike is beginning. That's about September, then October. So you can see it definitely is the right decision because that's not
Yeah.
heading the direction you
Yeah.
want at all. Actually, on that note, I've never seen this on Google before. If we look at the because UK obviously, unless you've been hiding under a rock, the UK is going into a lockdown on Thursday. You can see exactly the
Well,
same
it's just, I
thing
think it's
there.
just England. It's just England that's going into the second
Thank you,
lockdown.
Danny. Yeah,
Well, we've
England
been
going to a
in
second
ours
lockdown.
for a few. Yeah.
Mm.
You
Wales
keep
has
going.
been
Chloe.
Wales has been
Oh,
in
I
a
was saying,
lockdown for 2 weeks.
yeah, I was saying in Ireland we've already
That's
started
Ireland.
ours last week too. Yeah.
That's a bit more promising. Looks like it's really come back down. Looks like the spike was middle of October. Looks like at least it's on its way down. Dare we look at?
So we look at the
dare we-
USA.
Oh
Ooh.
gosh.
That's never really come down, has it?
No.
I used to trade the stock market, and in the stock market, you would say that's a definite uptrend because the highs are getting higher and the lows are getting higher as well.
Yeah.
That's not good. And the reason that I keep saying I can't complain in Australia and that I've been never been happier to live in Australia than I have been this year because
Oh
of that.
wow, you had
Wow.
your second spike well early.
Now, that second spike was almost entirely in one state of Victoria and Melbourne. So those poor guys had to go through a curfew and they've just been let out basically in the last week or so. So they're amazingly happy. But look at that. Flattened it.
Wow.
So, yeah, my heart goes out to you guys in Europe and the US because that's not happening for you. But what are you going to do? So, yeah. So Vitoria, we didn't bring you on at the happiest of times, but you'll get there. You'll get there. All that hard work and preparation you've been doing. You know, you've got more time to prepare now. Probably more time than you'd like. Because I think at some stage you just want to get on stage and get it over and done with. And like, can I please compete in the teens before I become like a miss, or before I go into the Ms division, or I get married and become a Mrs. I can't remember who was saying it. Their plan was to compete in Miss, get married and compete in Mrs, and then get divorced and compete in the Ms division. I can't remember who. I think it was an Australian girl who told me that. I was like, probably shouldn't say that out loud.
The divorce.
Yeah. Who? I can't even remember now. I've done so many interviews. I can't remember. I think I'm up to 130. I'm losing my mind, obviously.
I'm
it's
surprised
a lot.
you're not turning into a pageant girl yourself.
I am completely a pageant girl. I'm wearing heels at the moment. Just can't see it.
Tippy top.
I waxed my legs today.
Victoria, you aged up, didn't you? So you've aged up into teen now because of COVID, right?
No, I was already a teen because I made 15, but I'm now 16. I was one of the youngest old teens on the category. Yeah.
Well, you might not be the youngest now because you've got some time.
But I just don't know what to do now with appearances till April.
Oh yeah, but
I don't
think there's any pressure on appearances now. I think it's got to a point where I feel like any judges in any pageants for the next year can't really, grill anyone on doing appearances during this time. So don't have any pressure on doing many more. I've seen you girls, all the Galaxy Portugal girls have been very active in their appearances. So I wouldn't stress about that too much. Just focus nailing the on-stage part in your interview.
Well, you can see what Freya has said there, and she is the voice of wisdom, as always. I get it from both sides. Obviously, I think it's a right decision. You just saw the case numbers, so right decision by the directors, and it's difficult because you want to give it enough time because it might come back down, the case numbers. So if you call it off too early, then that's not good either. So I have never been more grateful to not be a pageant director as I have been in 2020. I will wait until COVID is well gone. But why don't we, Danny mentioned that we should talk about Freya's, what, actually, Danny, do you want to talk about it? Because I'm just looking at it now. I'll bring it up
Positive
on screen.
Pageantry UK, I believe, is the hashtag. And it's basically a 2-week challenge. And as you can see outlined, each day you must do a post on the allocated thing. And it started yesterday, but it's fine. Anyone that does want to start it, just start it in your own time.
Mm-hmm.
We're just encouraging, well, Freya's, my ring light just went out.
It's all good.
But encouraging everyone to get on board it, because basically we're having a bit of a lull at the moment. I feel like COVID's getting to us. It's, people not feeling so motivated because everything feels so far away. So it's just to kind of keep the momentum, keep people's spirits up, and we're all in this together, really. And I thought this is a really nice initiative from Freya. I thought it was brilliant. So I just encourage everyone to get on it.
Yeah,
sort the light out.
It's really, really needed at the moment. So, I mean, everyone's feeling it, obviously. Vitoria with Portugal Galaxy. I said this before, the idea of going back into a second lockdown in your guys' winter. I mean, Vitoria, in Portugal, how bad are your winters? Does it get really cold, or are you guys a little bit more mild in temperature?
Right now, I think it's good. I'm like, I don't deal really good with cold, but I think it's fine by now. But I'm sure it will get colder. Like.
Yeah, I don't deal well with cold weather either. And when I went over to the UK in March, I was going from basically like 40-degree days to. Actually, it wasn't too bad, Danny, was it?
It wasn't too bad. Stop complaining. There was one day you were out in a shirt when we went to. I was going to say Nando's. We didn't go to Nando's. We saw the Nando's. You wore just
enough with the Nando's.
You didn't have.
Why would
I didn't say the word though.
Cheeky Nando's.
Thank you, Chloe.
Chloe, why?
With the lads, it has to be. There has to be a cheeky at the front and a lads at the end. Even if you're going with the girls, you're going to call them the lads just for the sake of the Nando's.
No.
So that day, I have photographic evidence of you just wearing a red shirt or red polo.
Yeah, I was, although everyone was saying that I was crazy to be doing it. And it was quite brisk, but I didn't mind it because it kept me awake because I was jet lagged, 7 ways to the Sunday. So being in the cold kept me awake. But actually the weather when I was in the UK in March was surprisingly, it wasn't miserable. Yeah, I was expecting like quite damp and miserable and didn't get that. So I'm okay with that. Ray here has said, thanks, Dan. So happy it's been well received. Open to everyone as well, not just UK, as Vitoria did ask me about that. Everyone can get involved. So just in case you can't read it, I mean, this is Freya's Instagram, which is at Freya in a crown. And start November 1st, but start whenever you want. And she said, I developed a little photo challenge for all you pageant girls to get involved in, designed to help you focus on the positives and the things you love about yourself in these crazy and uncertain times. If you join in, don't forget to tag me at Freya in a crown and use the hashtag Positive Pageantry UK. All systems and countries welcome. Directors, get your girls involved. So it started on the 1st November. So day 1 was you. Day 2 was quote to live by. Day 3, which is, for me anyway, because it's the 3rd of November, proudest pageant moment. So, Danny, what's your proudest pageant moment?
I'm going to go with a serious one and a funny one. The serious one is obviously winning my title that I have now. It's, a very big title here in the UK, and I had some really stiff competition, and that was one of my proudest moments for sure. My funny one is I'm really proud that I made a pageant fail compilation video, which is out on YouTube for everyone to see and laugh at.
What did you do? What did you do to get in the pageant? I've heard about this.
Yeah,
what did you do?
They did that with us as well. I'm surprised I wasn't in it, to be fair.
I tripped in my evening gown. I went like
I
I
kind
didn't
of
hit the
want to.
deck, but I did stack it a bit.
Ouch! I kind of want to look it up.
I just-
you can always laugh at it now.
I'm just
Fun
glad
memory.
I'm glad I just didn't swear, to be honest. Knowing me, I would go. Instead, I
would've
just put
gone
my
what?
hand to my mouth and I went, ooh. But in my head,
Yeah,
you know what I'm thinking.
Yeah, many things that I won't be able to repeat on this podcast. Chloe, what about yourself? Do you have a proudest pageant moment?
Yes, it was when I was announced as a top 12 finalist for Miss Universe Ireland. It's actually something I wanted to do for a few years now, but every year since about 2017, I've decided to chicken out when it came to the application process. So I'm so glad that I actually went forward with it this year and actually followed it through and didn't chicken out. And yeah, I'm excited to see how the future goes.
Well done. Victoria, in your young pageant career, what's been your proudest pageant moment?
So first, it was when I came out with second runner-up because it was my very first pageant, so
Yeah.
I didn't expect it
amazing.
at all. And it was when I came back as a Miss Teen Galaxy Portugal finalist.
Very nice. Okay, so that's how you take part in Freya's challenge. So get involved with that. Yeah, I think there's a lot of people who are sort of struggling. The pageant community, anyway, in particular, everyone's struggling, but the pageant community is kind of spinning its wheels because, as you've seen with Portugal Galaxy, it's like it's on, it's off, it's on, it's postponed, it's
Yeah.
cancelled. So it's difficult to deal with, but I will remind everyone, and not that you guys need reminding, that there's also more important things in the world than pageants, particularly at the moment. There's a lot of people who are sick or who have lost their lives or have lost loved ones. It's probably everyone at this stage knows at least someone who's been directly affected. So be kind to everyone else, be kind to yourselves, especially. And, the pageant community will come back together sooner rather than later, we hope, once everyone has, once they get rid of this bloody, I was going to say chicken virus. It's not chicken virus. It started with someone in a bat,
Bat.
apparently.
Chicken
They've got
pox.
chicken in
Yeah.
mind. It was a bat,
think
wasn't
you're
it?
thinking
Someone
about lunch.
drank
maybe?
bat soup. I'm thinking about what?
You're thinking about
Birthday?
lunch.
Maybe because you talked about Nando's and then Chloe kept saying chicken out and I haven't had breakfast again. So she keeps saying chicken, chicken, chicken. And now I have,
Chicken.
yeah, I always get hungry on these podcasts because everyone's talking about food because it's your guys' dinner. But for me, it's still only 8:30 in the morning. That's my excuse anyway. So, okay, so that.
I was just going to say, didn't
Yeah,
Ed
what?
Sheeran have a song about a Nando's one time? Him, an example.
Yeah,
That was quite catchy.
he was after the
black
Nando's black
card.
card.
Yeah. I want one of those. All the free Nando's you can get.
I'm sorry, what? Ed Sheeran had a Nando's song?
He did
Yeah.
it,
So
he wasn't it like like an improvisation, and he's like in a car park somewhere with
yeah.
The
I think
Nando's
that-
skank?
yeah, I think there's
Is that
some
what it
bad
is?
words in it. Yeah.
Okay, I won't play it.
Yeah.
don't
Just
play
gonna give
it.
you the heads up. Yeah. I forgot
Um,
about the bad words until I realized when you
It's
I just
funny.
put it up on YouTube. Yeah,
it is
okay.
funny. So yeah,
Who was
you
he
get
with?
if you're a celebrity, you get this thing called a Nando's. What, sorry? Example?
Who? That's it. He was with example.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Example on Ed Sheeran.
Yeah.
I have no idea who example is. He looks like he needs a haircut. Unless that's a wig.
Yeah, he sings
Sorry.
Change the Way You Kiss Me. Have you not heard that one? I've never been afraid of the highest heights or a flame.
Chloe literally knows every song in the world. Before we went live, I was just playing Chloe little 5-second clips of random songs and she had to guess, and she got them all right so far. So that can be your unusual talent for Universe. Play 5 seconds of any song. Actually, isn't there an app that Shazam? You're like a human Shazam. Shazam is that app. You play a song into it, it tells you what it is. You can be the human Shazam.
It was actually funny because at work, people used to make fun of me because every day I would sing a different song, but it was always an older and older song. And people were like, "What age are you, Chloe? You're singing songs from like the 60s and 70s and 80s here." And I just absorb all music. I've like such a
Like,
diverse
give me a
taste.
jukebox.
Yeah.
What song have you had on your mind today, Chloe?
Oh, on my mind. No, you said in my mind, so now I'm gonna think of that song. In my mind, in my head. This is where we all came.
So if you don't know, Vitoria, we've turned into basically a karaoke podcast, and where I couldn't get people to sing before now, basically I can't get people to stop singing. All they ever do is keep singing. I just posted this one. I think most of you guys would have seen it, but just in case you haven't, I posted this this clip up just today as to what happened last week on the podcast.
Oh my God.
There you go. Let me show you guys in case you haven't seen it.
Love is something you can shake when it breaks. All it takes is some trying.
I'm sorry,
Got the dancing happening as well. Danielle's favorite song.
I was feeling this one.
Okay, I think we should wrap up there. We'll let the song play us out, and then Daniel's favorite. Thank you to everyone for watching. Let's just leave it on that.
I was getting in the moment, guys.
Oh, the number of
That's the
screenshots I
happiest
can
jigsaw
take.
I've ever seen.
Victoria, did you end up doing anything for? Actually, you did a whole bunch of TikToks, didn't you? Didn't you with your
Yes,
Harley
I
Quinn?
did.
I saw that for Halloween.
Yes, I did. But I wasn't like the type of girl that does TikToks. But suddenly I just okay, let's try it. And then I came up addicted, and that's it. I love
Yeah,
makeup, so and it's a really nice way to train, so and to practice. So why not?
Get that
I
practice in.
saw. Was the one that you put up a few, but the one where you were talking about taking your makeup off, because
Yeah.
I thought that was really funny. Like, you spend hours putting on makeup for like a 15-second TikTok, and then you have to take it straight off. I thought that was quite
it's
funny.
literally this. Yeah.
I still haven't quite figured out how to easily bring up TikTok on a computer. Does anyone know how to easily do that? I mean, I can find the TikTok site, but I
I
do
have
like
no
showing your
idea.
guys TikToks.
Adrian, you do realise you're asking me.
Well, it's 2020,
About
Dan.
buying headphones.
And 2020, weird stuff happens. So
This
in
is
2020, I'm asking you for technical advice
I'm
because
gonna
that's the
like-
way this year is going.
You need this website with this code, this. There you go. I've just sent you the login.
I'm just waiting for the aliens to arrive in 2020. Like that's what I'm looking forward.
Beam me up. Take me.
Oh, I can't find it. I want to show TikToks. Anyway, can we back up for a sec? Nando's. Chloe, why is Nando's? Why is it cheeky Nando's? Can someone explain to me why it has to be cheeky?
I think
Was this an advertising campaign or something?
I think it was back when I don't know if Danielle will remember this, but remember when you used to be able to share like quotes on Facebook and then you would click into the link and it would give you the link for the quote? No,
Mm-mm.
it was. Well, it was kind of like that thing. It was like, how do I explain this?
On
And so-
Facebook, there was a quote.
Yeah, where everyone could write a quote and you could click into it and you get the link for the quote, but you wouldn't know who you wrote it. No?
I don't know. I don't
When
remember
was
that.
this?
I just remember at the time there was this one guy that must have wrote Cheeky Nando's with the lads, and I remember everyone sharing it.
Oh.
Because don't you remember when everyone used to write a quote and they would write Drake at the end, even if it wasn't Drake that said this quote? It was like a
yeah.
running joke that any amazing quote, they would write Drake's name at the end. I think it
Yeah.
was like when Drake was just starting years ago. I think it was around that time, but Don't
Yeah,
quote me on it.
it's
But
just- yeah, literally. But ching.
I am going to quote
That was
you
a
on
me
this.
joke. That was. Yeah,
You're a bad
I always
influence, Danielle.
I don't know where it actually came from, like as a culture. But I can back cheeky up because you don't ever really plan a Nando's. It's always like a spare of the moment. We're going to grab something to eat. You know, cheeky is something like quick and like just cheeky little Nando's. It's not like a big lavish meal, is it? It's like a
cheeky
I
little.
don't know. I don't think I've ever been to Nando's. I don't get why you guys are so obsessed with
I know,
Nando's.
right? Chloe, don't. I
You're doing your
tried.
scream mask, eh? You look like a scream mask.
Yeah.
I tried, but
Vitoria, do you have Nando's in Portugal?
I don't think so.
Hang on, isn't Nando's Portuguese chicken?
I think it's supposed to be.
Do they market as Portuguese
food? But I think it's actually
that wouldn't surprise me
Africa.
at all. But yeah, it wouldn't surprise me that Nando's is Portuguese chicken, but it's not in Portugal.
That's like Foster's beer,
At
like
least I never
Australian
heard of it.
beer. That you don't have Foster's out there.
No, we did have Foster's beer, but it was so gross we stopped drinking it.
Okay.
And then everyone around the world thought that it was some sort of luxury, and you guys started drinking it. And to us, it's hilarious because that is the worst beer ever invented. And you guys are like, "Oh, it's amazing Australian beer," and we're like, "Glad you like it." But
glad you like it.
Anyway, Freya's weighing in here. It's because you know you shouldn't, but you do it anyway. Not speaking from experience because I hate Nando's. You hate Nando's? I'm not disagreeing with you, but I thought Nando's is so sort of bland that no one would hate it. Why do you hate it? That's quite a.
It's not bland.
That's quite a.
Depends how spicy you go.
Extra hot, of course.
Chloe, any updates
it's
on our
actually
world
funny.
record attempt with our jalapenos? Is that happening?
Not
Is it a
one
thing?
person, not one person has wrote back to my stories to tell me where I can get the full-size jalapenos from. So I might actually have to buy the plant and grow them
Can't
myself.
you get them from like, a kebab shop?
The actual
You know, when you go to the kebab shop and you get a kebab and the chilies, is that not a jalapeno?
I'm not sure.
It's almost. They're spicy.
We don't really have many kebab shops here.
Oh, there's loads around here.
Okay, so basically, if anyone knows where we can get where Ireland can get full-sized jalapenos, please let us know because we're trying to do a world record attempt. God knows why, and God knows why it's we. Apparently, I have to do it as well.
Yeah.
So I should look for some jalapenos. Freya has just written one giant word here about Nando's.
Right.
That's why she hates Nando's.
This is why you add more sauce.
Sauce, yes. The wild herb is incredible.
I'm a garlic person, me.
Yeah.
I
No,
like
but the wild herb tastes more garlicky than the garlic one.
Does it?
Have you never tried it? It's the one with
I've
the
had
little
it.
green bits on it. Yeah.
I always just get the green bits in my teeth.
I love how
it's
it's Portuguese chicken we're talking about, and our guest from Portugal has no idea what we're talking about. I mean, I have no idea what you're talking about either, because I've never been to Nando's. What makes it Portuguese anyway? What makes a chicken Portuguese?
It's because they use like peri-peri, but I don't know if peri-peri is even a spice that's used in Portugal.
Can I Google where the cheeky Nando's originated? Because I'm pretty sure it was.
Yeah.
Go for it. Freya has said nope. Peri-peri. I know peri-peri, but I didn't know that was Portuguese. But I just think it's funny that
I actually think
Portuguese chicken. And
I think
Vitoria
no,
has
it
no idea
was
what it
founded
is.
in South Africa.
that's what I said, South Africa.
Oh.
But it's
And you said that.
Portuguese.
Danny is a font of useful information. Whilst we do that, whilst Chloe looks that up, I'm going to play Vitoria's, what do you call it? I'm thinking about chicken now. Not play Vitoria's
TikTok.
chicken, play Vitoria's TikTok.
TikTok.
I can't even. Oh, God. I'm going to play Vitoria's chicken. Like what? Oh, God. All right. I don't know if I can maximize this, but you see, it doesn't look, I can't maximize it on desktop. Anyway, here we go.
To my TED Talk. This is me, taking off a look that took 3 hours. I've only had it on for 5 minutes. But I'm really not looking to break out. I'm really hoping I at least got my 15 minutes of fame from this because my face is probably going to be stained for weeks. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. This is
Victoria, how long did it take you to do that look?
Maybe 2 hours and a half.
Whoa.
Oh,
I'm just
okay.
really perfectionist, so if just a little spot is like out of its place, I just I can't, you know.
That's dedication, though. 2.5 hours
Yeah.
for that look. Did you go out looking like that? Did you
No.
just put it on for the TikTok? You just for the TikTok.
Yes,
How
it
many
was.
TikTok did you get out of? How many TikTok did you get out of that?
2.
That's dedication. 2.5 hours work for 2 TikToks. So everyone go and like and share that TikToks for Vitoria. That's an amazing look. I saw all your Harley Quinn
Yeah.
ones as well. So I quite enjoyed Halloween this year, even though I didn't actually do anything of it because we had our Halloween themed podcast last week, and then my interview with actually I'll show you this. I haven't posted it. This can be a let me remove my face. I had an interview
Premiere.
with Guinevere Davenport, who is a Miss Hawaii USA finalist this year.
She did international, didn't she? I recognised her face.
Miss
Hawaii.
Hawaii International.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, and she's had a couple of years break, and now she's decided to go back into it. I will show you her. She loves Halloween as well. Seems to be a pageant girl thing. So you guys can get a sneak peek of this. I haven't released this one. What are your favorite sort of? I don't know if there's a native Hawaiian sort of cuisine, but are you okay down there?
You sneezing?
Yeah. Happy Halloween.
Oh, look, she changed her ears. Oh, you. I didn't notice that. I thought you were sneezing down there, and you've come up with different ears. You've got the ears, and you got so many ears.
I love Halloween. Halloween is one of my favorite holidays.
Guinevere, do you have any other ears to put on?
Yeah, I was like saving the best for last.
Well, we're gonna move towards a close, so we're just gonna. Yeah, classic. I love it.
You beat me to it, dang it.
You guys should also see this. This is probably, I told Guinevere, it's probably my favorite moment I've ever had on a interview because she did ventriloquism as a talent. So
wow.
Check this out. I've never interviewed anyone who's done any ventriloquism before. So you have to be able to speak without moving. Oh God, do that again.
Hello, how's it going? My name is Gloria Esteban. Hello, everyone.
That is scary.
I don't know why you're laughing. I'm right here. It's not like I'm invisible or anything. And so keyword is again tried. I haven't done that in years.
Oh my God, that is the best thing I've ever seen on an interview. Hilarious.
Oh gosh.
Well, there you go.
That is amazing.
It was really scary, like what Danny said. When it just started, because I just asked her if she should do it. She didn't answer. She just started doing it. And you sort of have to do a double take. It's like, hang on, where is that noise coming from? And hang on, you're speaking, but your mouth isn't moving. It took a while to clue in. But I've seen a lot of things. I've seen singing, obviously, is a huge talent. Double jointed is a talent. Dancing is a big one. But I don't think I've ever seen ventriloquism before. Has anyone ever seen that as a talent?
I have at Miss America. It's been done a few times at Miss America.
Me, taking off a look that took 3 hours.
There you go. Victoria's doing ventriloquism there.
Yeah.
Can anybody top ventriloquism as a weird talent? Like not necessarily yourselves, but has anyone seen anything that's even more out there than ventriloquism? Because for me, that's pretty out there. I've never heard of it before.
I've heard some pretty out there singing.
Bad singing?
Bad singing.
Well, that's not really a talent.
So bad that she knew it was really bad that she didn't even finish the song. She just dropped the microphone on the stage and walked off. And you can then hear the microphone going doom, and rolling
Do,
away
do,
off the
do,
stage.
do,
EastEnders.
do, 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 do. It was just so you went doom, 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 doom.
But hang on, this girl had a mic drop moment, but not one of the good mic drop
It was like
moments. More.
Oh my god!
And then
Imagine they
turn around
had
and
like a roasting challenge for their
Oh,
talent.
enough
and then
with
they do
the
it.
roasting, Chloe. You can
Oh
always
my
you
God.
wanting to be roasted and chickens and Nando's and oh cheeky. It's just I don't know how many of you guys know, but I mean back in the day we had Olivia McPike on a couple of times, and she was famous for singing at Miss Grand, and she got caught on the live, and that was streamed internationally. And she keeps saying that was her most embarrassing moment. So this is current Miss Galaxy UK, so Danny's sister queen, and it was buried somewhere deep in the internet, and no one could find it. And then someone sent it to me, and I've saved it so that at some point I'm going to. I don't know why she finds it so embarrassing, because she actually sings really well. But yeah, embarrassing moments. We've had a few. I've had a few anyway, live, and you can't take it back. So, Danielle, what's been your most embarrassing pageantry moment? I know that you won't be afraid to talk about yours. Have you had an embarrassing moment?
Oh, I've had several. Other than tripping on stage, several times. That's pretty bad. I once in an interview had been asked what my most embarrassing moment was, so then I had to incriminate myself. Do I incriminate myself again? Fine. I once sneezed and farted during a French listening exam.
I can't.
And it came, when people ask it, and I wasn't prepared for that question, so I just was honest. When you just, relax into a sneeze a bit too.
It was the and farted at the end.
And the fact that it was all exams, this was a massive hall. I went to the third largest school in the country. This is a huge hall filled with about 200 kids, and everyone, you could hear a pin drop. Everyone was listening to the exam, and as soon as there was a break, I had to have a sneeze. The whole hall roared with laughter, and I was mortified.
I can't.
I said that in an interview once, and they had a good laugh. But when you walk out, and you think they're just going to be remembering me as the person that farted in an exam.
At least it's not as bad as that episode of The In-Betweeners. I'm sure you know what one.
So, yeah, that was quite embarrassing. So
I was just
if everyone just plan in case you do get asked that question in the interview, have something prepared so you don't actually have to say your most embarrassing story.
Oh, I get it. All right. I thought you were talking about planning in case you fart. I was like, okay. Oh, okay. So I've actually said that as well. Like, yeah. You have an embarrassing story.
Every time I move on this chair, I have to mute the mic because it sounds like I'm farting. I'm sitting on cushions right now because it's a leather chair.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. We don't judge. I mean, obviously Danielle does it, so if you need to, it's okay. I was wondering why you kept muting your mic.
But it is a chair.
Every time you're muting your mic, what you're saying is you're passing gas. It's all good.
No.
Yeah.
No, it's this chair. Listen. No, well, it's not.
It's not going to do it now.
It's because
Chloe really likes Mexican, and Mexican has lots of beans, and beans have lots of fiber. So you can put the two together.
Can you hear
There's
that?
nothing, Chloe. No.
It does.
We heard the beans earlier.
Poor Chloe. Vitoria, welcome to the madhouse. Yeah, I've actually said that to people before as well. They should actually kind of rehearse their most embarrassing one, because you want an embarrassing one that's probably not mortifying, although Danny, I think, is you're fine with mortifying yourself. Like being
Yeah.
mortified, it's kind of your middle name.
It is what it is.
Everyone try this one. Elizabeth, in terms of talents, I said I've seen people able to do this, but I cannot.
Ew, Danielle, stop it.
Oh God! What? Hang on, Danielle. How do you do that? What? Show me again.
I don't know. I just. So, there's your hand. Go down.
Yeah.
Thumb.
Yeah.
And then push.
Ugh.
Yeah. Oh, I get that far. If I go any further, I'm going to break my wrist or my thumb. Vitoria's close.
Okay.
She's there.
Yeah.
Ew.
I can touch my nose with my tongue.
Oh, I've always wanted to be able to do that. I've got a really abnormally small tongue.
God. We've lost it. This is a podcast where we've officially lost it. Freya has said definitely want to learn the water glasses.
Oh yeah.
Playing the water glasses.
From Miss Congeniality.
And then the little bell at the end.
Freya also sings opera, right? I don't think I'm lying. I think Freya, because I remember interviewing Freya, and she said that she was singing a musical as a talent round, and the backing track didn't work, so she needed to sing it a cappella. I seem to remember Freya saying that. Freya, you can tell me if I'm lying, but I think that's probably one of her embarrassing moments. I thought it was hilarious. She's also said Olivia does have a banging voice. Yeah, that's why I said I was a bit disappointed when I found it, because she was making it out that it was really, really embarrassing, and then I watch it, it's like, I don't know why you're embarrassed. Wish I could sing that well. And Elizabeth has said it comes with being double jointed. Yep. I figured as much.
I'm double jointed. I'm not sure if that's. Oh no. I think.
Well, you can also be double jointed, as far as I can tell, in individual joints, like Savannah Miles. Actually, Savannah, who just won Teen Universe.
Can't do the weird thing with the arm.
Yeah, so she can do that whole thing where her arm bends backwards.
I'm
but
quite
then there
good
are
at
some
tanning.
people who. You're quite good at what?
Tanning my back. I'm not double jointed in any way, but I'm good at reaching everywhere on my back when I'm tanning.
See, I have a special little device, especially for that. Oh, that's very blue. I have a special device that I use to tan my back.
Can you guys? Okay, here's maybe my weirdest talent, but I didn't realize it was weird. Can you guys hook your hands behind your back?
Yeah.
Yeah, because some people can't do that, right?
Can't
now do it the other way. Can you do
I can do it.
Yeah. That always easier.
Yeah, that's so weird. I found so many people who can't do that, and literally they go to do it and they can only go like this. I'm like, what's wrong with you? But what's that?
I don't know, I'm just having a little play.
Do that again. What?
Oh, Danielle, are you double jointed?
I want to be able to do like the whole.
Do it again and do it more slowly, so I have a chance of keeping
forward together.
Well, hang on. So your palms. Oh God! I need to. What? Vitoria's getting it, kind of. Ben, Vitoria, Ben.
Hold on. What did I do there?
Okay.
I don't know.
Lost her. I don't know. I went the other way.
It's all right, Vitoria. Danielle can give you a private lesson on it afterwards. I give up. I can't do it. Oh dear. Freya said, my track malfunctioned. Think of me from Phantom a cappella.
Oh.
I feel like I'm going through all my... I was thinking the other day that I might do like a retrospective of all my interviews, because they go back like 2 years. And I was just checking to see how many
moments and stuff.
I wouldn't be able to do that. It'd be so difficult to narrow it down to like the top 10. But I'm going to see, because I'm sure I have Freya's. Yeah, I have Freya's moment here, because I save all these ones so I can repost them afterwards. I have so many of them. Here, have a look at this. Your moment, Freya.
Playing with the idea of doing a talent round.
Yeah, because your eyes lit up when you said talent round. So can you tell us what you would do, or is that a secret? Yeah.
The thought terrifies me. I've only ever done one talent round in my entire life, and I thought it was a disaster. I decided to sing a song from Phantom of the Opera, and my backing track didn't work, so I had to do it a cappella, and it was terrifying.
You generally don't sing
No,
opera a cappella, so
I was not impressed, but I survived. Everyone just sort of started clapping halfway through. I was like, okay, I'm done.
She's so sweet.
I can imagine that happening to Freya as well, and the daggers to be given to the sound engineer.
yeah, I wouldn't want to get on Freya's bad side. Let's just put it that way, because Freya will say it as it is. I think that might be a Scott as well. Danielle. I have a lot of embarrassing moments apparently for you here.
Have you got a folder just for my embarrassing moments?
Well, here's the one from just our first interview.
Oh gosh, vintage.
Aww.
Let's play one, shall we?
I was a cheerleader. I also played dodgeball. I was probably the most American British person you could meet.
Hang on, so were you growing up in America? Because I didn't even know the UK had cheerleaders. The UK had cheerleaders.
We had cheerleaders. We sure
I've
do.
learned something today. Okay.
Yeah, cheerleaders at uni level, and that's where I got into.
And dodgeball. As a
dodgeball
proper sport.
Yeah.
What's dodgeball as a
proper dodgeball?
What's dodgeball?
You just got to hit someone with a ball, and they're out.
I didn't know this was a proper sport. I played it in school, but
it's a sport. I was almost asked to join the England team at one point. So.
Okay, so obviously you're capable of throwing a ball at other people. That's good to know.
Yeah.
So you
talent round. There's a talent round in there. I'm telling you, Adrian.
That's where the greatness started.
Yeah.
That was our first interview. How long ago was that? That was at Galaxy International last year, right?
No, the year before that. No, yeah, last year. Yeah.
2019, yeah?
Yeah.
So around about July last year?
Yeah.
God, it feels longer than that. Might as well have been 10 years ago. I don't have any of Chloe's embarrassing moments because I haven't interviewed Chloe yet. I can tell you many embarrassing.
You need to interview Chloe. How did she get this role without having an interview?
I know. I slipped in sneakily.
Genuinely, that it's hard to interview someone when you know them well because you kind of know everything already. So even the second time I interviewed you, Danny, it was harder than the first time because the first time everything is, you're getting to know someone. The second time you know them already, and it's kind of like, it actually is harder. Vitoria actually is Vitoria's one. Vitoria loves scary movies.
Oh, I love scary movies.
I watched
too.
the Japanese one.
No, I don't.
Worst decision of my life.
The Grudge is a properly scary movie, and the Japanese version is scarier than.
I know. I will never watch it again. Never.
Oh.
How long did it take you before you could sleep after watching that movie?
So I watched it on daylight. So yeah, but I remember entering in my room, and my brother just went under the bed and just pull my feet off, and I was like, why? You know that I'm scared. Why are you doing that? I was really scared, and I was really mad at my parents and my brother because my parents knew that, and they just loved to see me scared, and yeah.
I tell you, it would have made a really good TikTok. Someone should have filmed it.
Oh.
Victoria, do you like Halloween though? Because Halloween is all the scary stuff. So, but do you like Halloween?
I love Halloween, but I just hate scary movies.
What's your favorite scary movie?
We actually talked about The Grudge last week because Danielle was saying she wouldn't be afraid of that little scary dude that Giselle was talking about. And I mentioned, because The Grudge has that little kid under the bed and he doesn't do anything. He just grabs your ankle and then stares at you. And that's really, really freaky. That's not right.
Just
little kids like.
Just kick it.
Just kick small kids, Danielle Latimer.
It's
you don't
not
remember
really, like, it's a demon, isn't it? So it's fine. You ain't
the
got to
it's
answer to
still
his
it's a
parents.
child demon. It's a young demon. Okay, you can't go
But
around
that's why
kicking
it's trying
young.
to trick you.
Exactly, because the other
I'm
one
not going to
killed
be
you.
tricked. I'm not going to be fooled by no demon child. I'm going to boot it.
Do you remember, Danielle, the very, very first podcast episode we did? I don't know if you remember this, and I said you were talking about how at Christmas time there were, I think, lots of children around, and it drove you crazy. And I said it was fine, just get them out of the way.
Yeah.
And both you and Lauren are just like, this is probably before you guys knew me that well, and you're just kind of like the eyes, like
You were like, just, we're now becoming like you. Great. You become like
no,
the
that's not my
five people
fault.
that you surround
You were
yourself with.
always
I'm becoming like
always
you. And didn't
you
you
were
have a
always like
child?
me. Now you're just willing
No,
to
you
talk
need a
about it.
child. You need a child in tennis. And it was a brat. And it said,
Isn't there that quote, show me your friends and I'll show you your future?
I put
You're
that up on
turning into
Instagram.
Adrian.
Oh, well, hang
by
on.
the way,
Okay, so hang on.
disclaimer, I'm not going around kicking kids. But if it's if a
Elizabeth
demon
here said
child,
I
one
can
hand on my
twist
back.
and pop most joints, but since they reckon I have a thing called EDS, it ain't a surprise.
Mm.
Can anyone crack knuckles?
Yeah.
That's another. Oh god. Oh jeez. How many was that? Was that all of them?
All of them.
Oh
my
no.
neck. Me too.
Hold on.
Oh no. No. I hate it when people crack their neck because
I did
honest to
it.
God, you
Like,
Oh,
Chloe,
what
that's
is
not-
that, Chloe?
that's not a talent, Chloe. You broke your finger and didn't get it fixed. It's not a
I broke my finger in the summer and I never got it fixed and now it's deformed.
Oh. Did I or did I not tell you go and get it fixed? Go and
It
get it
still
fixed.
hurts when I'm writing things down.
You do have hospitals and doctors in Ireland. You can go and get it fixed. Oh dear me.
Yeah.
Okay, just do this, Chloe. Put up both fingers for contrast. Let's see what a normal finger should look like and what the other one.
Oh, God. I can't see because
Show
it's
us-
mirrored.
Show us a normal one. There's a straight one. And there's, oh dear me.
Oh.
Freya has said demons are immortal. The thing could be 400 years old. I agree with Dan. Kick it.
Yep. Kick it. Boot it.
Okay.
I'm not brave.
I
enough
have
to do
another.
that.
I have another one here from Vitoria's one. It says clown mask. I don't remember this. You can't watch a horror movie?
No,
Yeah.
no.
What
If I watch
very-
one, then people will have to follow me everywhere I go in my house. I really hate it. Like I can be on dark, like I actually sleep at dark, but if you put me watching a movie, then I have to have like light in my room when I will go to sleep. Because when I watch a movie, my family usually scares me after that.
Oh,
Yeah, they like they have one clown mask just to my stepfather has one just to like scare me and my brother sometimes.
So
Actually,
Your family
I have a
seem
nice story
mean.
about it. I have a really nice story that I hadn't told in the interview. So with that clown mask, my mom decided to go to the bathroom. Well, while I was taking my shower, and my mom just appeared with the mask like really close to the curtain of the shower, and I punched my mom on the nose. I was really
oh no!
I would probably do
I
that
was just
too.
taking my shower, relaxing, and then I looked right next to me, and I punched my mom on the.
You would have no
True, I'm not
problem
even
kicking a
lying.
little demon.
Yeah,
Oh.
but I'm not that really aggressive person. But I just.
Self-defense.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. It wasn't a scary thing, but when I was in high school, my mum would have to wake me up because, lazy teenager doesn't want to get up and go to school. I hated high school. And I kept telling her that she shouldn't wake me up by she would do it gently. And she was above me, and I said it was a bad idea. And one day, I don't know why, she was waking me up like this, and she was above my face, and I punched her in the face when she woke me up. So I know.
Headbutted her.
Oh, bless her.
No, because that would be too far, right? Headbutting, but punching is okay. Not. Don't. I told you guys last week. Also, there was this girl who was really ticklish, and someone tickled her because it was a guy because he wouldn't stop, and she kicked him because it was a reaction and broke his ribs. I mean, I didn't feel sorry for the guy at all. I thought it was hilarious. But this is
hilarious when someone breaks his ribs.
Well, because she told him not to tickle her because she really had like Giselle said last week, when she got tickled, she passed out. For some people, it's that bad, and he still had to do it, and he got what he deserved, a kick to the ribs.
You're a
I
rascal.
bet you won't do that again. It wasn't me. I didn't do it. But this is what Danielle was talking about. It's like a trip down memory lane today. This is the one that Danielle was talking about. Hang on, let me play. This is back from like our very first podcast.
There's always like screaming kids, and I can't deal with it.
The screaming kids is not a problem. You just kick them out the way.
Oh my goodness.
I was working as a tennis coach, and the boss had a young daughter that everyone thought was cute, but she was an absolute monster. And I'm 6 foot something tall, and this girl's like 2 foot close to the ground, right? I didn't know she's behind me, so I stepped backwards, and then I'm turning around, and my kneecap catches her square, like in the face. She goes down like a sack of you-know-what, and starts hysterically crying, and I'm like, oh God, I hate this girl, and now she's going to cost me my job. And just for okay, before someone gets really upset, that's a joke, okay? Because when I say things like that, people go, oh my God, you can't say that.
Kicking people's children.
And now, Danielle, see, now you're going around just talking about kicking children in the face. You see?
No, I'm not. I'm talking about
She's talking about
children. They're not even children. They've just taken form in a child's form. It's not really a child.
Believe me, as someone who's worked with children for many, many years, sometimes you really think they are the demon. Some of them, the way they carry on. If you've ever given a child red sugar, like those red lollies, and then you give them red cordial, they become the demon. So maybe a kick is the answer. I don't know. Now your first runner-up, Danielle, has chimed in here.
Oh, yeah.
Danielle head-butted me at Galaxy. I always thought it was an accident, but I'm not too sure now. Danielle, explain.
Don't do this to me. Incriminate me. No, what happened was...
Is this how you won Galaxy? You
Head booting out all the competition. No, so obviously me and Claire were holding hands, and as we were holding hands, and my name was called, I got weak, and you know that picture that everyone does where they drop to the floor. I really don't like that picture. I always the first moment after winning, you don't want the picture to make it look as if you're squatting down and doing something.
Your business.
I always
think I never thought of it that way.
No, whenever I see those pictures now, I think, I don't have a proper squat picture afterwards. Like I can't have a proper squat picture afterwards. So my legs got weak, and I've gone down, and I've gone, no, don't do that, don't do the squat. And then as I've come up, I've got I caught Claire on the chin. And then that's why there's the picture of me grabbing her face, looking like I'm about to give her a kiss, because I was apologising for, headbutting her chin.
Oh. Is that why there's that picture of you holding her like she's a little child and you're kind of pinching her cheek?
Because I dropped, and then as I was coming up, I headbutted her, and then I grabbed her face. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And I felt I couldn't feel more worse for her in that point at the moment, because obviously in that moment, obviously she wants it as much as I do, and I that moment could be quite crushing for her. I've been the first runner up. I know how it feels, and the last thing you want is to be headbutted afterwards as well. So I just was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. That's it. So I've dropped in this moment. My head's gone down my head is going down. And then as I come back up, that's when I headbutted her.
Those are such cute winner photographs.
Oh, not that one where I'm like.
And this is the moment that Claire knew she screwed up.
Basically, and that's why there's a picture of me grabbing her face.
Oh, look at
Which
this.
I actually really love that picture. It's one of my favourite pictures.
March last year, if you guys
Whereas
can
Natalie
believe.
was really cute because Natalie like won, and then you've got her like and her name's escaped me. That is really bad.
Oh, I can't help you out on that one.
Why is her name just gone out of my head? Like, she's lovely. That's bad. But her first runner-up's there, like clapping for her, like, yay, cute. And then she gets the crown. It's all cute. No, me, I end up headbutting Claire.
What's it feel like to actually have that winner's moment and get the crown put in your head? Because when I went to Grand, I got appointed the title. I've never had that experience of having my name called out on stage. What goes through your body at that moment in time?
It's surreal. In my case, when I was holding hands with Claire, you're kind of hoping that your name doesn't get called. So I was holding, because they
call out first runner-up.
Oh yeah,
first runner-up is Claire, and then they said, and then the new winner is da da da. So in my head, all I could think was, "Don't say my name. Don't say my name. Don't say my name. Don't say my name." That's all that was going through my head at that time.
Yeah. Oh.
And then they didn't say my name, and then I was like, and then it's just like, did that just happen? Like, it's so surreal. I wish that I could have slowed that moment down.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm just looking at these going back because I was there, obviously, and the memories. I mean, this seems like a lifetime ago. I can't believe it was less than a year ago. It was March this year, but God, it just feels like, I mean, the world literally was a different place at the time. To give context, this was just before the first UK lockdown. So if Galaxy UK had been like 2 weeks later, I probably would have been able to go. This is just when COVID was beginning to kick off. But I mean,
we were really lucky. In hindsight now, we were really, really fortunate to have even held the pageant. I think Holly was really worried. I think I'm not sure if I think she might have mentioned about someone like tipping people off, because at this point everyone was pointing fingers at different events, being like, this shouldn't happen, that event shouldn't happen. I think someone actually might have said and reported it. I'm not 100%.
Doesn't surprise me.
But so we were very fortunate at that time, and that was before all of the real kind of social distancing measurements were strictly put in place. There was a no hugging rule, which no one really stuck to. But,
no, because I mean, you're at a pageant. It's very difficult.
It's difficult.
That was before the famous Boris speech.
Yes, it was.
You will not see your friends. If your friends ask you to meet, say no.
That's a good impression, guy.
I didn't know you do Boris Johnson impressions, Chloe.
Sure, we were going to dress up as Boris and Trump for Halloween.
Oh, that would have been brilliant.
Or Trump is
yes,
the hand. No, I have to work on my. Yeah, and he's got this weird China. He says China virus. I don't know. It's tremendous. We a lot of people would say it's the best ever. I think a lot of people. Okay, I'm going to stop doing it. But I do want to play this. And I want to go for a trip down memory lane. Yeah. Does this work?
This is mixed category. Whatever. It's funny because you just see Olivia, right, she's out of shot now, but we actually wore the same outfit for opening round. It's actually Freya's two-piece that Freya lent me, and then Freya was like, Olivia's going to be wearing that for opening as well, so can you give it to Olivia? And I remember I left it right to the last minute, and poor Olivia was stressing out. I was like, I'm so sorry. Come running to her with the two-piece. So we actually wore the same. It's a winning opening number outfit.
Amazing.
I paused it at a good moment, haven't I? They look like they're driving a bus.
Yeah. You can actually see Olivia just there, a little sliver of her.
Where?
In the blue
Where is
two-piece,
she?
right in the back, right by Emma's bottom. So there, I think.
Oh,
Is that not her?
That's memories.
Yeah.
That's a trip down memory lane. The funny thing was, at that point, Emma had just basically spent a month living with me, and we'd had a lot of adventures, and I'd really gotten to know her really well. And she's very different to the pageant persona that you might see. So it's just weird. I was telling her, I see her up on stage, and it's like, you look so prim and proper up there, but I know you're not like that for real. She was actually a lot more mischievous than you would think. Yeah. So Freya is obviously not a Donald Trump. I assume that's a Donald Trump thing, not a Boris Johnson thing. But I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, exactly. Poor cats. Right? I told you Freya doesn't hold back. Freya's also that two-piece has been on the Miss USA stage. Oh, really?
It is
Wow.
a lucky wee outfit there.
And why? Sorry for the comments. We need more comments. Comment away. Comment as many times as you want. I don't have to put them up, but
Say more Trump jokes.
I'm going to work on my Donald Trump impression, since Danielle says I'm not allowed to do my Scottish impression anymore.
Your Scottish accent is the worst.
I don't know. Olivia quite said my the wee whimpering noises was good.
That's not bad.
That was very
anything
good.
else, you perfected that one. Is anything else you say in a Scottish accent?
You have
Victoria,
to
do you think you could ever do a Scottish accent, Victoria?
No. I'm just
No.
speaking
Okay,
English.
I can barely do it either.
What are
Chloe,
you doing in my job?
Actually, I have that voice recording, Chloe, of you
No,
singing
you don't.
Country Road.
You don't. No.
I do. I always save these things because I know they're going to come in handy at some other point. And Chloe, I want a roast video Davies, so you know that's Chloe is probably the most easily roastable person in the world. Although Danielle might give you a run for the money with a sneeze and fart comment. So, was there a Will.i.am song? No, that was What was that Will.i.am song? Scream and shout. Okay, yeah, no, that's what I had.
I want to scream and shout.
Yeah.
I want to sneeze and fart.
Yeah.
Is that what you were thinking?
Yeah, for some reason, the sneeze and fart made me think of that Will.i.am song. Did that have Britney Spears in it? That song?
Oh, yeah.
There you go. Okay, I'll walk down memory lane. Freya has said, worn by the one and only Miss 52.
Oh, yes. I remember Miss 52.
What's that, Danielle? I don't know.
They did a USA, I was going to say worldwide search. It's clearly not worldwide search. They did a search throughout the USA to find Miss 52. It was a 52nd state. They were putting in there because obviously, they've got all the states in there. And it was actually Olivia Jordan's first runner-up. So Olivia Jordan then went on to Miss USA the year previous. So it was her. I can't remember her name. I followed her on Instagram recently, actually. Beautiful brunette girl that was from Oklahoma, and she was Miss 52. I can't remember her name, but yeah, it's a lucky two-piece.
Sounds like Area 52.
Yeah, Miss Area
Yeah.
52.
Let me see them aliens.
No, Chloe.
Let me see them aliens. Let me see him. Let me see him. Storm.
Donald Trump
Freya
is
said
the
Donald
joke.
Trump is the joke. We're going to stay out of politics here, Freya, because I'm not brave enough to do that. Alexandra Miller.
That's the girl. That's the ticket. She had a beautiful red, satiny, silky, flowy gown. It was beautiful. I remember that dress. It was a Sherry Hill. And I thought, how on earth did she get a Sherry Hill to knock her that dress up when she'd only had the title like a few weeks?
Funnily enough, I assume this is her. She actually has the Instagram handle Miss52 USA.
Oh,
there
it is.
it is.
Miss52 USA.
Yeah.
There you go. Chloe, you can come up with
Is
a
her red
conspiracy
dress on
theory for
there?
this one. Huh?
Is her red dress on there?
One.
She's got her swimwear. Maybe not.
This one?
No, it wasn't that one actually. That is a beautiful dress. That is a Sherry Hill as well. There it is.
Oh, there.
That was her gown that she wore for
That
Miss
is a
USA.
challenging neckline.
It
Wow.
is. Well, you can get away with it for Universe. It's a little bit more risque.
That's true. Yeah. Only cause she wanted more jokes, Adrian. I ain't dragging the chat down. Oh, good. Freya, you know what these two are like. Everything's a joke to them. You can't take anything seriously. Sneeze and fart. I think we've reached a new low. God. There you go, Vitoria. This will be the last episode we ever do because it can't go downhill more than it's gone downhill.
Victoria, are you back at school?
Yeah.
What's happening with the schools out there?
They still open. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they're staying open here.
I have online classes and classes in school too. I have like a divided schedule, so to be more safe. Yeah.
So do you guys have like
schools in here in Portugal? I think it's only my school and maybe a few more, but it's like it isn't like the current situation to all the schools. Yeah.
So do you guys have like the bubble situation? I know in the UK the schools have a thing called a bubble, and you're only allowed to gather in that bubble of about 5 or 6 people. And that's the only other people in your classroom you're allowed to interact with. And if one person in that bubble gets COVID, then they all have to isolate and not go to school for 2 weeks. Is that the same way? Yeah.
Yeah, and if one mate of mine just gets COVID, I have to go home too. So yeah.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Okay. Well, look, it's been a long week. It's been a long year. The year is almost over. So hopefully it can only get better from here. But look, we should leave it there because we've been on for a while.
Chloe's going to lead us out with a song.
Make it better. Is that Boyzone? Yeah.
Oh,
can only get better. Sorry, I put it into your speech. With
this song?
Yeah.
This song.
Yeah.
It says it's D-Ream. All right. Whilst we're having a song play us out again, because that seems to be what we do now. Vitoria, obviously disappointed about Portugal Galaxy. Do you have anything coming up in the week, or are you just sort of going to take it slow?
No.
Fair enough.
It's just
I mean, I'm sure you had everything organized for Portugal Galaxy, and now that unfortunately it's not going ahead. So
I am so
you'll get there. Yeah, obviously. It makes sense. You'll get your time. You'll get your time. You're very young. You'll have more than enough time, I promise you.
Yeah.
But thank you for coming on today, which must be a difficult day for you. So thanks for being on.
Thank you for inviting me.
Chloe, got anything exciting coming up the next week whilst we're playing your song?
Yeah, well, I've got work all week and I have received some amazing gifts from our Miss Universe Ireland sponsor, Beauty Bell. So I'm going to do some posts and show everyone what I received. And yeah, I'm excited for the week ahead and to produce some content.
Very, very nice. And Miss Latimer, sneeze and fart.
Stop! I knew I shouldn't have said anything. I'm back on it with Galaxy, everything, just Galaxy. I've got laser focus back, which feels amazing because there was a lull. So this coming week, I'm just going to be focusing on Galaxy, and basically that's it, really. Working out, getting up at 5 a.m, meditating, manifesting, all that good stuff. Positive energy here, trying to keep the morale high.
Of course.
Sounds good.
What about you, Adrian? What are your plans for this week?
Sorry, I need to get this song out of my head.
Is this the censored version?
And let it up and scream and shout.
I'm sorry, this song is now ruined for me because every time I hear it, it's just going to be sneeze and fart.
And let it all out.
And sneeze and fart.
We are such a classy podcast. Okay, what? Chloe asked me what have I got going on today. So to this week, I can't speak. I've got a haircut tomorrow, which I need. Shave it off. Actually, today is Melbourne Cup Day in Victoria, so the state that just came out of lockdown. So the whole country stops for this huge horse race called the Melbourne Cup, which I feel very divided about because on one hand, it's an amazing chance to get all dressed up and go out have a drink with your mates. On the other hand, the animal cruelty side of it, where racehorses do actually die because they run, it's like, so I don't know how I feel about it, but that's happening today. That's a big thing. And then tomorrow I'm interviewing Dr. World Canada, Angel Batal. I've interviewed Angel before as Miss Global Canada, and now she's gone one Dr. World. Sounds like a superhero, like Doctor Strange.
Dr. World.
Benedict Cumberbatch, watch out for your title. Penguin.
Penglings.
No, that's what it was. Penguins.
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 And here we see penguin and a penguin. It kept getting worse and worse as he was trying to.
Penguins.
Oh yeah. Benedict Cumberbatch, the Doctor Strange actor, he was narrating a nature show about penguins. Or there was a segment about penguins, and for some reason he couldn't say the word penguins. So initially he was saying it okay, it was like penguins, and then it became penguin, and then this is a little penguin. It just kept getting worse and worse.
And it was
Pengling. Oh dear. So and 2 days ago I interviewed Guinevere, as I said, who's the one with the many ears and the ventriloquist. So I've got that happening. Do I have anything else? No, I've got a lot of stuff happening behind the scenes, but it's nothing to do with pageants. So that is it. Freya has said, ha, 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 classiest day of the year. I saw some sites on Melbourne Cup Day for 2014, haha, or Love Angel. Oh, it's in Mexico with it. Yeah, that's right. You were global together in Mexico. Thanks for the shout out tonight, guys. Much appreciated. Yeah, so guys, get involved with Freya's campaign. Thanks everyone for watching and for commenting. Thanks to these lovely girls for their time. I'm going to try and get sneeze and fart out of my mind, and we will speak to you next time.
Hey, it's Adrian again. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Remember to head over to PageantLaunch.com to join the launch team for our pageant review site. All you have to do is enter your email address. It's completely free. And if you enjoyed this episode, make sure to share it with your friends and follow us on all our socials. Thanks, and see you next time.